What's up guys, Nightingale here, and welcome back to another update notice. Today is March 30th, 2022, and we're going to be covering this week's patch note. Today we've got some interesting stuff coming along. Also, we're live here on Twitch chat, so please feel free to say hi to YouTube right here. So also for anybody here watching this on YouTube, every Wednesday I cover the patch notes, so feel free to come hang out with me live on Twitch, and you too can come say whatever you want to your mother or whatever. I don't care. All right, so let's start with the update notice. So the first big category we're talking about is World Arena Resolution season is beginning. All right, so the World Arena preseason has come to an end and Resolution season begins, and the new season, players will be able to battle with heirs on the Japan server. We are excited about your fair and fierce competition this season. So that's correct. Japan is finally joining us. Japan server will join the World Arena starting Resolution. Japan server will be managing the following schedule with all other servers. So the schedule: preseason ends on the 31st. Resolution season begins on the 31st, and Resolution does not have an end yet. As far as how to enter, just be rank 60, and you must have at least 5 heroes from each class, starting with 2-star units. So you gotta have more, you can't just power level your way up. Resolution background change, cool, we don't really care, kind of. Season rewards are going to be as follows, which is a skin, a legend frame, the background, emperor, the skin, the emperor rank and background. We have the champion frame and background, challenger, the skin, the background, and the slowly becoming decreasingly worse frame. Master, you still get the skin, a frame, and the background, but then gold and below you get what is that? Glory crusts, or whatever they call the PvP currency, the frame, and the background. I'm not even gonna begin to try to lie to you guys. Some of you might actually struggle this season. All right, so the skin information will be made Chloe. If you want to see her skin, it is in the epilogue video. I believe we show it at the end of the Awaken update video. So if you're curious to see what it's gonna look like, it's like pink vomited all over her. So yeah, tells you how to get the frames. It's pretty much the usual thing. The background pack, which will become available at the end, so you can set it and make your lobby look all awesome. Not gonna lie, it actually does kind of look pretty cool. Battle Frenzy, oh dear lord. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna jump out of the patch notes here in a second because we're gonna jump over to their actual notice here in just a second and cover this in detail here since it's all in one, and I'm gonna try to keep this a little bit easier to do. So, the Battle Frenzy. An effect of Battle Frenzy will be adjusted. The final speed of Soul Weavers will be adjusted from 20 to 15 speed. The new Battle Frenzy effects in Resolution Season are as follows. 1. When attacked by an enemy of disadvantage element, the damage from the attack and additional damage received decreased by 30%. When one or more damage reduction effects are granted, only the strongest is applied. Number 2, the final speed of Soul Weavers increased by 15%, or by 15 speed. And then you guys will click this, but I've already got the page up here. And now we're gonna read over this notice while we are talking about the Battle Frenzy stuff because I wanna keep this all together. All right, so we would like to provide you with further information about the new Battle Frenzy effects updated on the 3.17 update. Our Epic 7 developers have decided to apply new Battle Frenzy effects to the game on 3.17 during the preseason in pursuit of natural changes in the current meta and encourage players to make use of a larger pool of heroes. Bullshit. All right. New player frenzy effects. When attacked by an enemy of disadvantaged element, damage from the attack and additional damage received decreased by 30%. When one or more damage reduction effects granted, only the strongest is applied. 2. When an enemy is eliminated, combat readiness of all allies increased by 15%. This effect can be activated once per turn. The final speed of Soul Weavers increased by 20. Thank God this didn't make it in. All right. The first effect was designed to deepen the hero elemental advantage disadvantages, which was one of the fundamental strategic elements of Epic 7. From the result, we have verified that this allows players with heroes taking elemental advantage to have more chance to overpower the opponent. Thus, we have decided to keep the effect intact for this resolution season. Yet, we are aware that players concerned that this has expanded the restriction of selection of Covenant heroes, leaving to use Moonlight heroes. We are planning to adjust other elements to ensure Covenant heroes stay safe in battle by further balance adjustments and addition to new exclusive equipments. Okay, I will come back to this in a second, so let's keep reading. As for the second effect, we have decided to remove the effect as we concluded that the effect was rather disruptive to the gameplay environment. The effect was introduced to allow players to utilize a very speed-based team combinations, which has grown challenging to adapt. As a result, we see many different team combinations were adapted by more players. However, we could see that there were more matches where regular team combinations overpowered the opponents by heavily enhanced single attack DPS heroes. The team that took out the opponent hero first would take the upper hand for the opponent team. It would not be handy to bear the attack and equally combat the enemy. The next is the third effect, which is applied on the 324 update and replace the second effect. At the moment, Soul Weaver's exception for certain heroes are not often used by players compared to other classes in World Arena due to their low overall stat and skill performance. This third skill effect is to enhance Soul Weaver's strategic value, diversifying the team combinations and strategies. As our players we would recommend. We are also concerned about the class overly taking the benefit with others being left behind. The possibility that this battle frenzy effect would only moderate the issue temporarily. We are planning to keep on developing other supplements such as balance adjustments with star adjustments in order to increase Soul Weaver's performance in general. However, this change affects many heroes, and we will take a careful approach to provide side effects to prevent side effects as much as possible. We will also consider appropriate improvement measures based upon match data collected during the Resolute season. In addition to the increase of the final speed, will be adjusted from 20 to 15 so that the effect does not enhance efficiency too much for certain Soul Weavers. The Battle Frenzy effects newly introduced to World Arena Resolution Season are as follows, which is 1, as we read here before. So we're going to skip this. Okay, so now I want to talk about this. For you guys that are newer players trying to get into RTA and things like this is an absolute disgrace, a spit in your face for everything they've legit just said not too long ago in a balance update. I'm not going to go on this rant. I've already had this thing done many times here, and I've talked about this several times. But basically, you openly promote that you're trying to make RGBs better, but then you now make it to where they are significantly worse to Moonlight heroes, which were the thing you were trying to combat in the first place. This is like a catch-22 thing here, and basically you're ending up with now you're making more disparity between the units because now elemental advantage is amplified, and it's not going to be you're not going to be able to make an exclusive equipment outpower this type of stuff. If somebody brings in a disadvantage element now, basically here's the issue. You've got a Band-Aid trying to fix a wound that needs a lot of stitches and staples, okay? I know it's disgusting to think about, but that's really the best way to put it. This is a Hello Kitty Band-Aid that you put on your little, sister's kneecap when she's sitting there crying, okay? That's what you're literally doing, and it makes her feel better. But the issue that Violet can one-tap a red unit if he happens to crit is an issue that is not related to actually Violet. It's another system entirely. But just because you see this doesn't mean that's the fix. Yes, it's disgusting when it happens. I've seen it many times where Violet claps something, or you had, in my case, I had Malim pop a rim really easily. Sure, those times it feels really bad, but the actual issue isn't this problem. Is it going to help some for maybe higher end play? Sure, that's probably what they're after, to get people to go a little bit more open in their picks, but guess what? It's still going to basically be mostly Moonlights with a random RGB thrown in at the end. As for the speed of Soul Weavers, you basically only buffed like 3 Soul Weavers. Nobody's going to actually be using a bunch of Soul Weavers or trying to get these Soul Weavers in. If you don't have Amelia, basically you're screwed here. There are a few that could potentially see a slight rise, but this is still a absolute awful change. I know there are some people out there, and I know some are even lurking here in the chat waiting to pop off, that actually really like this update just because they like to use certain Soul Weavers. But overall, this is not healthy for the game. This is going to really be an absolutely awful season. I'm not looking forward to taking part in it, but I will at the end to go get, at least go get to gold. Alright, so now back into our regular scheduled update. So they are changing, starting with victory points at the start of the regular season and preseasons have changed from 1,200 to current of 1,000. The minimum victory points required to enter each league above Challenger League onward has changed. Alright, so Challenger is now 1,900 to enter Challenger, 2,200 to now enter Champion, 2,600 to enter Emperor, and 3,000 to enter Legend. So that's going to help people who were crying last season about how far it took to get there. But I guess now by having them spread out, it's going to be a little bit easier. When both players are in Champion League or higher, they will be able to select 2 heirs to pre-ban before battering. Wait, hold on. When both players are in Champion League or higher. Both. It says both. Okay. Pre-ban will be limited to only 1 hero in Challenger League and below. The number of points earned and deducted in ranking matches will be slightly adjusted. I'm sorry, I'm hung up on this. Are they saying that they've changed this from where you used to, because if I remember correctly from them initially announcing this, this almost seems like this is now a nerf, because I was under the impression from reading something earlier, if you were a challenger challenging a champion, you would be able to use the double ban system. Here it's saying that now you have to both be in it to get the double ban system, which now makes you going up against the champion worse. And it now makes it better for you to be a champion going up against a challenger. Honestly, I think that whole system's stupid. It needs to, if you want to know my honest opinion, just bring it into Challenger and below. Master doesn't need it, but Challenger and above, sure. I can see it being there. Because honestly, if you're going to struggle to get into Challenger, you don't really have any business going any higher than Master to begin with. Alright, so as far as the points, we're going to basically cover this. So you can see what has been changed and has not been changed here. Basically, Legends are now not going to earn nearly as much as Bronze players, which is obviously the right thing to do, and make it harder for you to get up to it. Basically, they're making the grind a little bit harder, obviously, because people were getting up there way too easy, but it's a uniform defeat all the way around. Cool, I can grab that. And then I'm assuming players will not match opponents for certain point differences in each league based on their current points. That is huge. Also, I missed this. When the league and MMR of 2 players are the same, the number of points earned and deducted may vary depending on the league. Yeah, that's where I was going to say. I think I skipped something. All right, next up, episode 4, chapter 5, Recluse's Forest. Ooh, new story. So for those of you who are interested in lore, this is now your time to go dig deep in the lore. I'm still waiting on the rest of the stuff to come out before I go binge this. Because let's be real, I hate getting to the end and just waiting. So I'd rather actually sit down and enjoy a week's worth of like content where we can sit down and go through the whole story on stream or something, and it'll be fun. So I'm kind of chilling, waiting on story, but for some of you guys, You want your Mulligores, you want your regional rewards, you need all that stuff now. I'm good at waiting. I mean, we might start up when we get around maybe episode 8, 9. I might start it up just so that when 10 drops, we can do it, because there's probably going to be something cool, aka Aiden finally gets fully unlocked. So yeah, I kind of want to be ready for that. So we'll be ready for that. So AP Shop is coming up for Recluse's Forest Exchange, which looks like it's hidden out. All right, how to use. Actually, no, here it is. Ah, look who's here. All right, players can receive AP from the Recluse's Forest and exchange AP for items in the AP exchange. There's a limit to the number, of course. Basically how it always works, so we're going to get Mulligora, Transmit Stones, Nightmare Mask is here. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, Aiden is now getting, let's see here. What is this? So, completing stage 510 of the secluded path of resignation in Recluse's Forest will unlock missions for awakened Aiden in Chapter 5. Clearing all missions will award players Aiden secret scrolls. Cool. So you're able to work on her a little bit further. 2-star monsters will be added: Shadow Elf, Ice, Earth, and Dark. And then Shadow Spirit, Ice, Earth, Dark. Cool, so we're getting more mobs to have to collect. Story journal, let's see here. Will be awarded for completing episode 4-5, and it's added to the journal. Okay, cool. Next up, the coin shop item list renewal. This is always a fun time for those whale-o people, or people who just have really bad luck. It is time for your time to shine, because now you can purchase those units that you don't normally have or can't get. So it starts on April 1st. Joke's on you. Okay, no, really though. All right, so the purchase limit for the coin shop will be reset, and the 85 equipment accessories will reset as well. And the Covenant shop will be 2 Covenant heroes, Fire, Earth, Ice. So we are now getting Elena and Alencia. I don't know. I really don't know why people would actually pull for this, but I guess there are people out there who really struggle and just want dupes. So, yay, Covenant coins. I love Alencia. I love Elena. They're both great. Galaxy Coin Shop, probably the one everybody actually cares about the most, which is this one, the Whale Shop. 40 Galaxy coins, 4 ML5 dupes. So this rotation we have Spectre Tenebria and Solitaria of the Snow. I actually see this being a hard choice for some people, depending on where they see, because Solitaria is seeing a rise, Spectamini is always a fan favorite, so I can see both. I'm not going to tell you who to buy, but there's definitely an option there. Other improvements and adjustments. The relationships of 3-star hero Aiden will be updated. Okay, the relationship of Ran will be updated, and the relationship of Zahak will be updated. Okay, so I guess they're saying that there's some stuff will be coming in. Summon lines appearing when first summoning 5-star hero Jacko will be adjusted. What? An issue where defeating the same type of monster in different places was counted for specially changed missions for 3-star Glen will be fixed. I didn't even know people were having an issue with that. Monsters, an issue where boss monsters in Expedition next attack after trying Berserk. No functional changes. Adjustments will be made. Berserk and Expedition will be able to take advantage of Annihilation, repeatedly resetting their skill cooldowns at the start of their turn. Okay. Typos and Wyvern Golem level 13 will be corrected. I didn't even know there was typos in it. I guess I didn't read too much. All right. Automaton Tower operated differently from the description will be fixed, and Spectral Nail failed to be dispelled will be fixed. Okay. Book of Memories is getting a change, so now you'll have to buy a special currency to purchase these stories. Don't fret, though. The current costs Sky Stones, and it's now going to cost a milestone in time, so you just can't come in and outright buy it with Sky Stones. Is this a big deal? No, it probably will save you from accidentally going, oops, I bought it. All right, next up is, of course, then it tells you now the milestone in time is a bookmark that will allow you to go to a certain time. An event among countless records can be used to purchase special side story missions in the Book of Memories, and now it's in the shop normal, and it will cost you 900 Sky Stones. No changes have been made. Don't worry about it. It's still going to cost 900 Sky Stones. Go forth and prosper. Now, probably one of the best and most OP changes, not really OP, but one of the best changes possibly we could get is the guild change. They are listening, and these were stupid, and I'm glad they've changed it. So now they are reducing the cost of getting the weekly rewards. It is absolutely stupid for a guild as active as ours to be struggling to get the gold transmit stone. We should not be struggling anymore. So guild check-in now gives current. Now it's going to give 20. The aid will now give 20. The donating gold will now give 20. And proofs of courage will now get 20. Way better overall. The difficulty of weekly missions will be decreased. Thank you for listening. Donated gold now comes down, which isn't really an issue. The proofs of courage is not an issue. The labyrinth shouldn't be an issue if you're doing your stuff properly. It was never an issue to begin with. The use goddess statues in adventure, that's kind of annoying because it's RNG. You don't have control over that, but still, if you do enough adventure throughout your week, yeah, it's kind of annoying. And enter the goblin chamber in adventure has now been changed to once, so you only have to do that once. For heirs currently in guilds, these changes will apply on reset on 4/4, so do not think this is going to be instantly happening tomorrow in patch. For new heirs who joining a guild after maintenance 331, these changes will apply immediately. So for everybody who's starting now, you're gonna have to deal with the old system. Anybody who starts a new guild after, they'll have the new update. It's kind of weird, but okay. Next up, I don't know how I feel about this. Rewards from floor 3 and 4 of Ancient Inheritance Season 1 will be added to the member shop. Can be purchased once per account. It will now be possible to purchase multiple elements, summons, bookmarks in the member's shop. When founding a guild, it is now possible to set a rank. Okay, so let's talk about this because I'm split on this. While I'm absolutely ecstatic, players can get access to 2 really good speed sets. It also really irks me that we busted our butts in Plot Hunter to get those 2 pieces. And now you're telling me this, for 1,250 Brave Crests a piece, you can get 2 absolutely godly speed pieces. I'm not mad because now I have a second chance of redemption on that sword to actually roll good and that necklace. But here's what blows my mind. They don't tell us if this is everybody or only the people who didn't get this. But if that's the case, this is... If we can't buy this, the people who actually got the gear, if we now can't buy this, there was no point in completing the floors. If they're going to start giving this handout. Why go beat floor 3 and 4? The floor was the necklace. Floor 4 was the necklace. We beat that with the last like 12 hours of the of Ancient Inheritance, and we really tried hard. So I've got, like I said, I've got mixed feelings, but I'm honestly, for the average new player, which is what we're here to talk about and support you guys, this is huge for you guys. That speed sword's great. That's an HP-based necklace, so that's gonna be wonderful depending on how it rolls. This gear's great. It's probably gonna roll effectiveness, so don't be mad when it does. It's heavily weighted towards that. Alright, so let's see here. The other is description of buffs and debuffs cannot be dispelled, will be added to help battle lasting effects. Undispellable buffs and debuffs affected by turn duration extensions are unaffected by turn durations, cannot be duplicated or stolen or transferred. Wait. Undispellable buffs are unaffected by turn duration reduction and cannot be dispelled, stolen, or transferred. Okay, I see what they're saying. They're just fixing it. And then an issue when we're tapping the event banner in the mailbox, redirected players to the lobby first before opening the window, adjustments will be made. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, next up, big news. I love this one. I love this event. Every time it shows up, it's great. It's the one chance for you to get that one piece of gear that's really, really OP. And for me, I have pretty decent luck. I'm not going to say it's great luck, but yes, I have decent luck with getting pretty good gear out of this. So for any new players, I will just refer you. I do have an Artena's crafting event guide on my channel, so please go see that if you would like to know what to make as a new player or kind of get a suggestion. So this will be available from 4/1 April Fool's joke. Nope. To 429, great. So you'll be able to earn the energy during this point, so go forth, spend a ton of energy, and may the rolls be forever in your favor. And then you'll be able to craft it up to 5/6, so May 6th. Not May 4th, so the May the 4th be with you is delayed by 2 days. All right. collect points by using energy, crafting equipment that you want. So yeah, spend energy, get currency. Really, really easy. And then you go to Sanctuary and it's gonna be down there in event. It will look like this. I've got the full guide on how to do it. Basically, go in, select stuff, and go make a really awesome piece. I will say this here, just in case you are watching and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna go watch that video. But wait, don't craft left side gear. If you are a new player, I can't tell you how many times somebody will post to be like, is this good? And I see it on their thing on Discord and I absolutely blast them going, why on earth are you crafting left side gear? It's a flat stat roll that's guaranteed to roll on all 3 pieces. So it's always gonna roll attack, it's always gonna roll HP, and it's always gonna roll defense on the main stats. The 4 substats are always going to be those are going to be random, but it's way easier to craft left side on your own. But right side is a pain in the butt because there's so many different roll combinations between crit chance, crit damage, speed, HP, flat attack, you name it, it's there. So this is your one chance to go in and be like, hey, I really need a really good crit damage neck, or I need really good speed boots, or I want to make this type of set. You can go in and roll your energy to your heart's content and get what you want. So yes, please don't craft left side gear. It's right side gear only in these events. So this is going to walk you through on how to do it. Like I said, go see the guide. It's really easy to do. New players, basically TLDR, go craft a speed boot. Literally go craft a speed, you can't see. Oh, you can, right there. Go craft that. That's what you need as a brand new player. Go craft one of those. All right, and then last but not least, before we get to the Q&A section, is free Unequip will be the 31st to the 4th. And no hunt buff, which is really disturbing. So it's either they're resetting hunt buff or it's literally next week, which is kind of weird. But yes, free Unequip is awesome, so let's go back to the patch notes. I'm going to now turn it off of follower-only mode. And now, again, I will just say it for you guys one last time, for anybody who's joined in, at my name, and I will answer questions in the order they are received. Please try to keep them relevant to the patch notes. Let's go. Let's see what you guys are thinking on stuff. What do you have questions for? Let's rock and roll. Also, let's go ahead and set the timer for, let me pop this up on my screen, because I'm using a timer on my phone. Stopwatch, go, 10 minutes, let's go. All right, so, we got a lot coming out. Kind of a chill week. We have Guilty Gear basically wrapping up, and, yeah, it's gonna be cool. All right, so first question, is the 1,250 crest too pricey in your opinion for the gear? No, because 1,250 crest for an 88 fully reforged piece of gear is actually fairly cheap, considering we have to spend, I'm going to the guild shop, you guys can't see this, so member shop, considering the, where is that guy at? He is right... Considering the Phantasma is 900 Brave Crests, a 4-star Phantasma they value at 900 Brave Crest, 1,250 for an 88 fully reforged piece of gear is cheap as heck. So for new players, that's not something you're gonna instantly be able to just walk in and buy, but I'm gonna be honest, for 2 88 pieces of gear, that is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. So we'll just scroll down here while we wait for the next question. But yeah, 1,250 is not bad at all. Sure, it's not something you'll be instantly able to get. Again, I talk about efficiency, so I will bring this up while we're waiting for another question, is just remember that don't donate Catalyst, don't deal with that crap, and you'll earn a lot more Brave Crest than you normally would. Being able to maximize your efficiency of donations will get you a ton of Brave Crests through the donations by min-maxing your hunt items, plus getting greater runes. So that is definitely an easy way to do it. New unit, not relevant to the patch this week. We will talk about new unit next week, when it's actually relevant to the patch. But yes, for those who are wondering, there is a new unit, but that we will talk about We will talk about this next week. Because it's not relevant to the patch. Yes, that is definitely coming. And then the worst part is just remember, there's a triple banner coming behind that. Right behind that. So prepare wisely. All right, so is that really going to be it for questions? Does nobody else have any questions? Because if that's the case, we will wrap up the Q&A early. I will give you guys... all right, we got one. How on earth can Smilebait want to push this game as an esport, yet make the game even harder for new blood to come and come compete? You could have a legend skill, but if you only have... but don't have both legend units and gear, it doesn't mean much. So, okay, here, the issue is probably relating a little bit to the frenzy stuff, I would say. I would personally think that, yes, they're wanting to be an esport, but to be fair, you have no business being a legend player in less than your first year. I'm sorry. If you can get up there, great, but if you don't earn the right to fight for it and stay in it, you don't earn the right to be a legend player. Is this game promoted and promised for you to be a top competitor in your first year? No. Can you do it? Not saying you can't, but in your first actual year of playing, sure, you can get lucky and you can get all the units you need, you can get all the gear. But the average time play says you need to be longer playing than a year to be able to be a legend player. At least in my opinion, because these guys are typically players that have been playing 2-3 years. They've spent some of them have spent a lot of money on their accounts, and I mean a lot of money on their accounts. There's a few that comes in and hang out and chat, and they've spent a fortune on this game. So to be able to compete with those guys that are going to be up there in that top 100, you don't earn the right. I'm sorry. So being able to compete, being a new player, your goal should be getting Emperor. Would be your highest value goal. Because at that point, you can probably cheese your way with a comp or two. If you really know what you're doing, you can probably reach Emperor. But honestly, your main goal should be like Champion Challenger. You should call that a major achievement right there. Not saying it's not possible to hit Emperor. I've seen my friends do it. I've seen some of you guys straight that come out of the Beginner's Handbook do it. But no, you should not be entitled to go instantly to Legend. It should be a struggle. It should be a grind. It's the in-game content, and if I understand it correctly, Legend is the top 100. I don't think there's... unless how they've changed it, I don't think more than 100 can be in it. Or unless it is literally 3,000 and higher. I'm not 100% checked out on it. I haven't been that high. Alright. Let's see. We'll give it... I'll give it another minute and then we'll wrap this up. So, because we're almost to 10 minutes and we don't really have a ton of questions today. I think the biggest thing that is here is the Battle Frenzy out of this patch notes for RTA is concerned, and the Guild War. Like I said, it's not really a super heavy, like, oh my god patch. I mean, to be fair, we've got one coming in a few weeks. So there's gonna be a lot more in the next few weeks. This is just kind of some prelude stuff leading up to it. Am I disappointed about the Frenzy stuff? Yeah, I was hoping that they actually cared a little bit more and wanted to research this. I would have rather seen them delay this another 2 weeks and try it a little bit more, a little bit harder, than to get this RTA season out. But I guess they're cool with it because, again, you have the main set of content creators promote one mindset, one play style, so it fits their bracket. So yeah, I will... I give them that this definitely helps them out, and this helps out the in-game players who only have ML5s. That's going to totally help them out as well. All right, so if that's it for questions, we are going to wrap this up now. So again, every week we will be here doing a patch review, making sure that you guys here on YouTube have the latest information on patches and all of that good stuff. So... we'll be back, actually, it sounds like this Friday with the balance patch update, so let's see how well Smilegate does the no, it does not. 30% damage reduction does not affect MLs. They are tight neutral to each other. They are both advantageous to each other. and then they are neutral to all RGBs. So it's literally a slap in the face. All right, so again, patched balance will be out Friday on YouTube, or it should be out. It sounds like it's coming out. So we'll be covering that, and we'll see how well they honor their dev notices that they've put out in prior. So take care, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.